everyone, Michael here from Trading Institutional Order Flow. I thought I'd post a quick video, a review, a recent trade, and also talk about an opportunity going into next week. Apologies for not posting too many videos to this week. I've been a bit unwell with the flu, even after taking the flu jab, so there you go. But my voice is still a bit croaky, still a bit achy, but I thought I'd just do this very quickly, so hopefully I won't strain it too much. Still a bit nasal, so if you hear me cough or anything like that, please apologies. I just wanted to quickly review a gold trade that I posted on the thread yesterday, um, to sort of talk you through some of the psychology and the process, the reason why the trade was taken. So this is the daily chart of gold, and you can see we're in a clear downtrend. Supply zones continue to be created and respected, and you see the yellow box here where there is no demand in here to stop prices from continuing to fall. The nearest levels are down in here. So the idea was to go and sell this opportunity. So me and the guys on the round table, we we went and had this these two zones, and I'll talk you through some of the psychology. So we had these zones marked in um, as a short area, so level on top of level type of scenario, the supply zones, and prices came to the lower level first, which it often does, came back to this pocket of buying down in here, and it removed any buyers that were there. So when I was taking my short up in here, I knew there wasn't anything in my way. But what was interesting, so I took off some of the position down in here, and still in the rest of it till now. So I'm still holding gold for now. So when I was taking off my profit at well more than 3 to 1, the first targets in down in here, this was how the chart was looking. Now I had a stop. I think, where was my stop? It was roughly about there. Now when this trade worked, I mean, you already had your 3 to 1 and you're happy. You decided though that based on what you're looking at on the daily, this thing still has room to go. So you think, well, I'm going to try and hold it. I'll manage my trade. There's no way this is coming back, right? There's no way this is coming back on me. No way. There is always a way, and the markets will do what the markets will do. So most traders were all usually taught, oh, move your stop to break even, take the risk off of the table. Now I want us to quickly to think about why we're doing that. Are you moving your stop because you now have a structural level to protect your stop behind, or are you moving it based on fear, because you've been told that traders should always, manage their risk? You're focused on the loss there more than the gain, which should never be the case. So imagine if you had your 3 to 1 and then you moved your stop to break even and a bit to lock it in, as we're taught, and then that happened. So I hear this almost on a daily basis. Prices came back, I moved my stop to break even, prices came back, took me out, and then did exactly what I thought. This is frustrating for people. It's painful, and I used to do this a lot. I'm not saying that it's wrong to move your stop. I'm saying there are situations and scenarios where it's appropriate, and there are situations and scenarios where it's not appropriate. What actually happened, as you saw earlier, was this zone was created by these zones. Let me just take out these lines so you can see what I'm talking about. So you had a supply zone created, big move away, prices, all they did was rally back. So this was actually another opportunity for anyone who missed selling at these levels to sell again here, because it created a big move down, prices rallied back, you sold here, your stop was again roughly about there, and you've made money again, another 3 to 1. So the opportunities were clear on gold if people knew what they were looking for. So I just thought I'd throw that bit of psychology into it. Moving stops is appropriate only in certain scenarios, and it can actually hurt you a lot, because think about what this does to your mindset, what it does to your confidence, because at the end of the day, it's your emotional capital more than anything else, even more than your account capital. It's your emotional capital you want to manage. Okay, so think about just before you move that stop, ask yourself the question: why am I moving this stop? Is it part of the plan? Is this what I've tested? Is this what I know, or is this just what the mantra that I've been taught to do? Is it appropriate to move this stop now? It would have seemed appropriate to move it when it was like that, but really, where were you moving your stop to? You were moving your stop right bang into a supply zone, which is never a good idea, especially if you're selling. Okay, so that, I hope that gets you thinking about what you're doing when you're making these trading decisions. So quickly going to the opportunity I wanted to share with you all going into next week is the New Zealand CAD. So you can see clearly we're in a monthly uptrend. We have demand zones being respected right there, but which is still, the case. So now we have a new demand zone that's being created down there, which is a bit of a ways off still, quite a ways off actually. So we know that probably best not to be, at least for the long term, trying to short this market. But what about the medium term? So going to the weekly chart, we can see that this has started happening. The weekly chart, we now have a demand zone that's been removed. And Seth, I hope you remember this definition for a downtrend: one demand zone removed, and you have two peaks that you can join. I'll show you what I mean. So you had that high, and then you came down, and then you went back up here, and then you've fallen down again. So you have two peaks there, and you have one demand zone taken out. So clearly the weekly is turning. There isn't anything down in here to worry you up until about there. Not that great quality. There will be pockets on smaller time frames, but the main quality will probably be down here. So you're looking at it daily, and you can see it more clearly. Even ugly zones, structurally poor zones like this, have worked on the daily, and you can see again it created yet another zone right there, which is the one that is currently working and causing prices to come down. Again, the quality levels are still way down in here. So I think the opportunity, I think, was on the 4 hour. Yeah, there we are. So I'll just take out all these to make the picture clearer for you, and you can see this is the area that I'm talking about. That big move away, and prices are yet to come back to it. You can see a little bit of demand in here, which I hope will be responsible for causing a rally back up to this area where it's probably best to be selling up in here. So this is just a trade idea. I'm not asking anyone to take the trade. It's just something that I'm watching, and if it does play out, then that will be what I will be looking at for going into next week. Okay, I wish you all jingle bells, Merry Christmas. There will be a Christmas webinar which I'll be posting about, I think either tomorrow or in the next few days, about on the thread. So if any of you are interested, just let me know. By the way, Guyi, well done on your trade. So just from reading the thread and watching the videos on YouTube, your trade was brilliant. Well done to you, sir. You and some of the guys on the roundtable took this, and this is very good. So be proud of yourself. Well done. I'm really pleased that at least people are getting value out of the videos and beginning to see the opportunities. So well done to you, sir. Okay. Thank you all for listening to my croaky voice. I shall sign off now. Merry Christmas, and hopefully you can all come to the webinar, and we'll go through some opportunities as well. Take care, everyone. Merry Christmas.